Commissioner Jonathan Smith. Alongside of me here is GM Matt Junta, fresh off of England for the summer. How you doing, Matt?
It's good. Great to be back in the States. England was fun for an experience, but nothing beats the U.S.
We also got GM from the Atlanta Thrashers and your trade board chairman, Dave Humphrey. How you doing today, Dave?
Fantastic as always.
Loving the life. Ladies, liberty, and beer. Doesn't really fit in, but okay. Anyway, we just wanted to start off the talk by saying hell of a Sunday afternoon to John Wooden and his crew. Give a little opinion on how you thought that guys went.
That was great. He took it to a new level. It's going to be hard to top that next year, so just get ready to host it again because none of us are going to be able to top that. That was awesome. A lot of fun. Like I said, I got in trouble with the girlfriend because she doesn't appreciate fantasy hockey. I don't know. But my priorities are in line. I made the draft, and she can.
And left early and traded well your picks. But John, seriously, that was an awesome idea to hold it live, and Joe and Nick's little appearances in there. All of it was great. So good job, guys.
Still not happy with Mike for stealing my guy. Not happy with you. But anyway, life goes on. Let's get into this edition of Hockey Talk. We're going to give our quarter of the season surprises and disappointments. We all know you've been crying, waiting, tears streaming, and everything like that. So, Matt, you want to give our first disappointment or surprise for the season?
All right, number one surprise was the Minnesota Wild. They have 13 wins, which is the top in the West. I mean, we expect them to have a good team, but we didn't expect them to be coming out of the gates this hard. Oh, I mean, yeah. So they got, I think you said they got 10 wins from Lettinen, 10 of the 13 wins from Lettinen. So goaltending's leading the way in Minnesota.
Yeah, good thing I traded them.
Another thing that always is a scary thing. People think like it won't last, but remember the Wild two school seasons ago went all the way to the Copus Cup Finals.
Yeah.
Only to lose to the powerful Boston Bruins that year, but hey,
he made it though.
Yeah, stuff happens.
He got his chance. Yeah.
Second surprise on the list is going to be GM Fettigan and the Chicago Blackhawks. Right now, with a currently .600 winning percentage, and Fettigan has a new found life there in Chicago. Huh? What do you think?
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. He been looking to make the playoffs here for a while now. Has he made them?
He's never
Yeah,
made the playoffs.
yeah.
The team has made it, but he hasn't as a GM.
Okay, so he's been looking for a while now to make the playoffs, do something with his team, and I don't know, he's made some pretty solid moves towards taking the next step, I guess.
Getting Brodeur.
Yeah, getting Brodeur.
His
Yeah,
defense
I think
improved.
still was Leclerc, traded for Briere. Krejci helped him out a lot, so I don't know. Overall, his team's definitely looking like in the right direction.
Yeah, I'm really pulling for him. You know, he's one of the dedicated members of the league, always working hard, always involved. So hopefully he makes it. I really like his pickup of Brodeur. I think you got him at a pretty cheap price because he got a bad rating because of being injured most of the season. But I think after the next NHL season, he'll be back to being a 77, 78 rating overall. So that pickup will look even better.
I agree. Let's head to our disappointments. And a team that always seems to be a little bit disappointing throughout the league, the Montreal Canadiens, are off to another slow start. Even though they've been turning around lately, still sitting outside the playoff picture in the East looking in.
Yeah, that's one of my. I mean, it's a surprising disappointment because we all were gunning for him. I think we kind of got the Madden cover curse going for Josh Cudmore. Sorry about that because we always predict you every year to be going for it, and then something happens, and the sim just is not a fan of the Canadiens, which happens sometimes. I mean, you have players in the sims that are liked that shouldn't be, and disliked. I mean, for example, your goalie, 79 overall, has a 3-point-something goals against average. So
Yeah.
That'll be our second disappointment. The Atlanta Thrashers. Dave, you want to talk about your team a little bit here?
Honestly, if I knew what to tell you, then I would have already fixed it. It's just a complete disappointment. My team's scoring goals only behind the Hurricanes, but I can't keep them out of my own net, which doesn't make any sense at all. But I don't know.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how both you and the Canadiens can turn it around. I mean, it might just be a thing of, it takes a while to get hot. I mean, the Canadiens can easily go on a run, and you saw it last year. They won 20 games or 16 games or some ridiculous streak, and they're going to be first on the East again. So I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. They're going to be in the hunt towards it, and I don't see them not making the playoffs. So
No, I agree. And there's many teams like that in the East, and that's the tough part about the Eastern Conference with everything like that going crazy. Teams can make it, teams might not.
Yeah, that's part of the problem with the East is you have all these teams that are so talented that it's tough to.
It's up in the air.
Yeah, it's up in the air. It's anyone's game, so it's kind of exciting. But so I guess we'll see how it shakes out.
Even out in the West this year, the skill level of all the teams that would be up top, it's going to look like it's going to be an exciting race because it's really tight right now. And there's 3 or 4 teams outside the playoffs, I think, in the West that even can make it, like the Coyotes and the Kings and the Red Wings. They
Right.
all predicted to make the playoffs in the beginning of the season.
Even your dad picking up Tim Thomas
Yeah,
the other
the
day. So
Avalanche,
put him
I mean-
right back in it. So
Yeah.
So, we're at the only quarter point of the season.
a lot of hockey left.
Yeah, there's a ton of hockey left. Speaking of that, you guys got to keep your heads up. Probably within the next 2-3 weeks, we're going to be putting the All-Star ballots out. That'll be coming soon, All-Star game. We need somebody to host that for us this year, so please start sending in your applications.
Also, it's interesting. The ballots are going to be interesting this year since we were talking about how the scoring's down.
Yes,
I think last year,
Malkin seemed to run away with it.
Malkin ran away with it. Nash, Gonchar. You had clear-cut people that were just far and above that were just like anomalies in the school. But I think the scoring's down a lot more, and a lot of the players are a lot closer. So it should be interesting to see. Maybe other factors will determine into who gets picked.
Yeah, and hey, let's just face it, the All-Star game's always an exciting time to get some free money.
Yeah.
$500,000 to each conference, so whoever wins, obviously. But so take it seriously. Plus, everybody must vote. Stay in the league, so it's mandatory you vote. But other than that, any closing wrap-up words? Because we'll probably come with another hockey talk next week.
Yep.
I don't really have anything else to say. I guess.
It's good to be back. We'll keep this one short since we're doing another one a week. Missed you guys. Missed the Smith basement. Missed Plumborough. It's great to be back.
Miss you too, buddy.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
What can you do? He's back.
Miss Dave Smith. Yeah.
But other than that, we'll have another hockey talk for you next week, and then me and Matt will probably bring you a solo act the week after before I head back to school. So look forward to that, and until next time, good night.
Night, everybody.